Hello, I'm Anand Wilder, special guest. 11 on the mango meter.
Yes.
And today we're going to be talking about J. Paul, a fight that me and Pranav almost had in Ridgewood.
Yep.
And other funny stuff. So tune in.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Mango Bay, Mango, yeah, Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/mangobay. Mango.
Bay.
We in
Nah,
there?
I just do the whole thing like this.
You can do it just like this, man.
Is it making you uncomfortable? Because you're from the
I'm
South,
from
right?
Texas, buddy.
Yeah, you do more accents than this
I
guy.
can do.
over
I
here.
can do an
You
accent. I can do a southern accent.
We should just do. Why don't we just do it
We
all?
should just do Mango Bay like this. You know, I've been working on a new bit.
Oh, yeah?
Working on a new bit
no.
where one of my favorite things in the world
Okay.
is hearing someone with a deep South accent do Indian names.
All right.
Sushma. Sushma. Sushma? Sushma. What are you doing? Sushma. Sushma?
Hey.
What are you sushing? What you sushing on? Sushma.
You sushi on some
You
sushi?
sushing on? You sushim? Sushim.
You want to go to a sushi restaurant?
Sushim. Sushim. I don't need no sushim.
I don't know that shit.
Sushim. Where you going? Sushim.
It's a good bit.
Sushma.
That's my
Sushma.
Just
Good,
do
right?
that for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
that's my sister's middle name.
Sushma.
Shama.
Sushma.
Shama though.
Sashimi?
Sushim.
Shama.
I
I think that's Soshima. Soshima, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, what name are you saying?
Sushma.
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 Sosamma?
No, Sushma.
S-U-S-H.
Oh, there's an H. Okay.
Yeah. Because he's half.
He's trying to
He didn't
relate to
include-
India.
he
I
didn't
know.
include
He's,
the,
so he's half confused right now.
I'm half confused all the time.
fucking love
Let's
this.
go, let's
we
go, let's
rolling?
go.
We in it, baby. Mango
Oh,
Bay.
yes, we're in.
Okay.
We're in here.
We good? Welcome to Mango Bay.
Welcome to Mango Bay.
One-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys who are New York City comics who bring you the South Asian tamasha, the jungly, the wilderness,
The hangama.
the hangama. Today we got Patreon real quick.
Oh, get in there.
Get on the patreon.com/mangobay. We have a lot of stuff. We're not even going to go into it
Early
right now.
access to episodes, bonus content, Discord server, archived episodes. If you want our most jungly shit, first 200 actually.
It's banned in 38 states.
It is banned in 38 states.
Straight up, dude.
including UP.
Uh-huh.
We in here, we got a very special guest today. Got our boy Anand Wilder
Oh, this of the band Yesayer.
of the band Yesayer. You don't know how many times Usama prematurely ejaculated to this man's music.
You don't know
right
how
here.
many times I'm actually ejaculating currently.
Right now.
Premature. It's mature at this point. I've done this,
But
guys.
the thing is, you would pre-jack, but then he would just keep going.
I would keep going, dude.
He would be right back up.
Because the
thanks to-
music keeps you going.
Dude.
right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Thanks to the music. Yesayer, we're super happy to have Anand here. Anand's the boy, dude. I fucking love
Anand's
Anand.
the man, dude. I didn't even know how a fan I was of him until I told me that I went back to his music.
Yeah.
So I had left like early aughts rock for a long time, and then I went back and I'm like, oh my god, this is the same guy you were talking
Yeah.
about. Because part of y'all became friends recently, and he was like
Past year.
past year, right?
Yeah.
So
Was that just last year that I fanboyed him
Yeah.
on
He
Instagram?
fanboyed me on IG.
that's the weird thing is that musicians and comics want to be each other. We all want to be rock stars,
It's
and
true,
y'all
it's a
kind of want to be
cliche,
funny.
right?
a little
That's
bit.
it.
I mean, I don't know.
It's
Do
true,
comedians want to be rock stars, or do we just want all the rock star pussy?
We want the pussy, dude.
That's like
Because to get a pussy, we have to go to an hour set and be locked in the entire time.
the whole
You-
time.
and you, yeah, it has to
Y'all
be a
will
lot
play-
of people. It doesn't matter. You could play for 5 people.
Y'all do
like,
a
wow,
1-4-5 chord and it's fucking over. you know,
over.
just the deluge of pussy wet.
yeah.
You're the fucking man, dude. You're a
Thank you.
musician.
Anand is the
Go,
man.
go on, please go on.
Anand's my favorite new friend. That I've
He's
made
the
in
man.
past
Dude.
year.
He's got the mango energy for sure, dude.
Actually, we got a jungly story, including Anand.
Yeah, I almost got both of our asses
No,
kicked.
you did not. You already know. I would have taken both those motherfuckers out.
I know, I was
while you were out there Peter panning it, like in the flow. You know.
Did you call me Tarzan?
No,
right?
we're gonna get into it.
He does look like Tarzan.
He's got a Tarzan vibe. So Anand and I went and saw J. Paul. What up,
Yeah.
J. Paul? Shouts. We love you,
Wow.
bro. It was his second performance ever.
Little backstory is that I asked J. Paul
Yeah.
to open up for Yesayer in 2010.
That's crazy.
True.
And the email back was like, can't do it, bruv. Yay say is straight banger, you know.
Why'd he type in it?
The best thing in that email.
He typed in I-N-N-I-T.
The best thing about his email is like the way he would type. It was all in like early style emoji style, but it was in an email. It's like, oh, bruv, great to meet, but it was great to meet. One word, the number 2.
Is he sending me a ransom note?
So cool.
Jesus Christ.
It was so
I love
British.
that. I love that.
Don't have my live show set up yet, man, but Yay say it goes hard. And then 13 years
he's
later.
like, just give me like 13 years, bruv. Just like 13 years, I'm in there, bruv.
Instead of sincerely, it's allow it, fam, comma.
Yeah.
J. Paul.
So we had a good time at the show.
We had a great time.
We had a great time.
It was a fucking kick-ass time with my boy, and the vibes were just right. We're just hanging out, having a good time, chit-chatting, dancing here and there,
talking music.
Right. And then after we go to this bar, this is at the Knockdown Center in Ridgewood, and we go to this bar called the Windjammer after to hang, and we're there having a good time. We're shooting some pool. Yeah. And these two young...
Shooting the pool is always the beginning of every fight story of all time.
It's true. There is. Why is there always a simmering level of tension and violence?
Whenever there's a minority
it's all
playing
about
pool.
sticks and big balls.
Yes.
That's why.
And when there's like a black guy playing, here we fucking go.
No, the black guy playing is the guy who just runs the table, and he gets into no fights, right?
Yes.
But we're there, we're playing pool, we're just having a good time.
Here we go.
Keeping the vibe going, just laughing a bunch. And these two young Ridgewood upstarts roll in. Nice kid. The first kid was pretty nice, right?
He was, to me, in my drunken memory, he was kind of like a surfer dude.
Yeah,
bleach blonde.
He was kind of retarded sounding.
Okay, sure.
Like, he was
so
like,
beach
what's
blonde.
up? And then they're like, we're journalists. And I was like, this is fucking the state of journalism right now? That's wild. And these guys were both from Boston.
Yeah.
And
you had some line for them right when they said they were from Boston.
I was like, oh, they're like, we went to college in Boston. I was like, oh, what'd you major in? Racism? It's like racist studies?
Got him.
And they liked it though, right? Because they're like woke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Woke is the new costume.
Sure.
And so at one point I mentioned this restaurant in Ridgewood called Rolo's. I'm like, oh, Rolo's is the shit. We got to go there. I think I was telling you.
Yeah.
And one of the kids goes, fuck Rolo's.
Oh, here
I
we
was
go.
like, oh, what's wrong? He's like, oh, it's a gentrification. The owner sucks. They're gentrifiers. I'm like, well, you live in Ridgewood, right? White guy from Boston.
Here we go.
And he was like,
Yeah, but.
I think I started just screaming, fire, gentrifier. I started doing a protest march
Yelling gentrifier
around the pool table.
That's right.
Because
fire, gentrifier.
That's how drunk I was.
Dude,
And you were
that's
like,
hilarious.
You were like, is that a line? And I was like, I think I've heard that.
I think
on
you
the
just made
streets.
it up, and it was incredible.
that.
I was like, that's incredible.
Okay, this is why. This is like, now you're stoking the fire.
And this one kid who's got like a little pervy 14-year-old porn stash, right, is getting really tense. And he immediately starts wanting to talk about gentrification. And first of all, it's just hilarious.
No, but I said to him, I was like, come on, man, aren't we all gentrifiers here?
Right.
And he goes, are you kidding me? Yeah. My parents are from the Bronx.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like, I brought that up with my wife later that night. She was like, that's insane. That's like me being like, are you kidding me? My parents grew up on the Upper West Side. My grandmother lived in tenement houses in the Lower East Side.
Because the subtext of what he was saying is, my grandparents were from the Bronx. It's like, then they moved when there were a bunch of black people who came in, you know?
Well, he was trying to use that as a spicy white.
No, but immediately I got this vibe. I was also very high on your weed, which makes you kind of see into people's souls. And I was just like, this guy's looking for a fight. I saw that right away.
You picked up on it before I did.
And he was like, and he said, are you serious? He was like, are you serious? And looking at me, and I immediately said, whoa, I'm not trying to fight, man. I'm not trying to, I gave him a hug and stuff.
While you're hugging him, you're still yelling, fire.
No. I think I even said something that I was like, I grew up in like a neighborhood that like, it's in Baltimore, like, I had these white kind of racist neighbors, and then they left, and then all my friends, I was like black, and he was like, oh, so then you experienced the opposite, white flight. And I was like, okay, good job. You have gotten a bachelor's degree.
He's in the glossary terms
But
right
the best part about this kid to me was that he was from Boston. He's like getting Boston, SJW, social justice word, like, hey, you fucking gentrifying cocksucker. The fuck you doing?
Exactly.
All Black Lives Matter, you piece of shit.
Hey, you're parking the wrong car in the Harvard yard.
This is an intersectional bar.
This yard is
right now.
Don't make me hate crime you.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy's getting fucking steamed. Yeah. And I'm over there talking to the surfer like kind of dude. Meanwhile, we're kicking these kids' asses in pool. They came in hot.
Oh, you're playing pool this entire time.
He also gave me one of these. Oh, so you can play pool. It was like, I'm not hustling you, dude. This is not like Paul Newman. He was gonna like break my arm.
The hustler.
I'm like, no, I'm just drunk and in the zone. It's gonna fall apart at any moment now.
This is amazing.
Continue.
So
on.
wait, so he explained the restaurant, and apparently the restaurant owner said something like,
it wasn't even that bad.
it was like
the restaurant-
gentrification is good or
No,
something.
he wasn't even that. He was like, it's good for the neighborhood.
Sure.
That's like
Okay.
what the owner had said.
That's what the owner had
right?
said. Yeah.
Maybe there is some maybe it is fucked up politically and all that. We didn't care though. Is the point?
It was like, let's just play pool.
yeah, we were just there to play pool and have a good time. Not
And then
This escalated. This fucking. I mean.
no, well, I'm drunk, you know,
Right.
and I was just like talking about you, and I was like, see, that's why I love this guy. He thinks about thousands of years of history because we have been talking about, or it was something I was referencing from your other podcast or something. And he comes up to me and he's like, I can't. Are you being serious, man? Are you being serious? You think you're smarter than me, don't you?
Here we go.
He was like, you think I'm dumb?
You think, and I was like, thinking like,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
of course, I'm smarter than you. Only an idiot says you think I'm smarter than you, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's just like,
only an idiot is like, you think I'm dumb. That's the first telltale sign
of an idiot.
of a total fucking idiot, right?
And I went to the bathroom,
Because at one point he goes, "I'm smart, dude." He was like, "I'm smart, bro."
This is crazy.
and I went to the bathroom, and I texted Pranav like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Boston Bro's freaking me out. I was like, I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I know that this doesn't end well for Anand. This has happened to me in my life. I'm a mischievous guy. What was your word? Scamp?
No.
What was
Impish, maybe?
Impish, yeah.
Impish.
Scamp, same thing. That's why I relate to you. It's like,
All right.
I'm just trying to be as
Have a good
crazy.
time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have a good time. And then, but you didn't get the text.
I didn't get the text.
and I came out and I was like, all right, man, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And you were like, what? No, you were trying to be all peacemaker.
Yeah.
You're like, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to be lectured on who's like, I don't need to do the
Right.
oppression Olympics right now.
Right.
Who's a bigger gentrifier? I'm
Right.
fucking out of here. I don't need to be yelled at by some white dude.
Yeah,
About who's a bigger gentrifier. And you were all, no, come on, let's all be friends. And I was like,
didn't get
dude,
the
I
memo.
don't need to be
He didn't
friends
get
with
the-
these fucking
Listen,
losers.
you know what? It's not that I wanted to be friends with them, but I wanted our hang to continue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah, I was
but
like,
I was
wanted to
feeling
keep hanging.
I was getting the fight or
Right.
flight thing. I was getting the heart racing thing where I'm like, oh, what's going to happen now? And you tried to explain to them. You're like, no, let me explain, my friend. He's Tarzan. He was in a very famous rock band. He thinks he can do anything.
That did not say that. I was like, listen, my guy he's not about this kind of conversation. I was like, this guy is an amazing musician. He's been in a rock band for 16, 15 years.
Yeah.
Touring. It's like, this isn't the thing. I was like, he's like Tarzan, you know? He's just come out of the jungle. I was like,
It's
just
nice.
chill on him.
Dude, we're all Jane right now. We're hanging
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, we're all hanging out.
You'll
no.
be
That-
in my heart.
You know what I
Start
said to
singing
him?
Phil Collins.
I remember what tipped him off to say, you think you're smarter than me. As I was like, come on, man, we're all just playing a game here.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate right now. We could be shoveling shit. Or like, I was like, we could be in bed now because we've got to wake up our kids tomorrow morning.
Which you did have to do.
Which I did, but I don't care. You just...
That's what I loved about the interaction was the happier and like more playful Anand was getting, the more pissed
Of
off.
course.
He
Of
just
course.
this kid was getting.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, and you are like 2 months into Muay Thai, right? So
I'm like 9 months
It's 9
into
months.
Muay Thai.
I'm 2 months into it. Are you in your I wish a motherfucker would?
Well, no. Who
phase?
wants that? Why would I want to? I'm having a great time with
Yeah.
my boy.
No.
Last thing I want is to fight and have to start cutting people up with elbows. You know.
Dude, and what happened? How did this end? Y'all just bounced.
We just bounced, and then I started crying, and he
Yeah,
comforted
Yeah, I
me.
did. I comforted on him on the way home. He did. He was like, "Man, you were upset, and you were right to be upset." You know.
Yeah, my whole life, I don't, it's always the progressive person who's telling me how to behave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's always the person who's like so self-righteous in their liberal politics, you know? Obviously I'm on the left side of things, but it just always seems to be that person who's like trying to teach me.
They are the cops. They keep talking
they're
about
the-
defunding the
yeah.
police, but I'm like, half of you motherfuckers are cops.
They're all
all right?
nice. I mean, that's the thing with the left wing. I mean, we talk about this all the time on the podcast. They're just not. There's no love in their heart. They're just trying to be the
most pure,
it's
most
just guilt. It's
Yeah,
trying to
just
undo some
guilt.
guilt.
And it's like, why don't you feel shame?
Yeah.
I'm miserable my whole life. How come you don't? I'm like,
know who-
I'm just
Exactly.
trying to live.
You know who I like? The guy who's like, my dad owns Costa Rica,
Yeah.
and I love it.
I mean, that's the thing.
I like that guy. He's
That
cool.
is the thing about right
He's
wingers.
a- you know,
He knows how to party.
he knows how to party.
That's-
His dad owns a banana
That is
plantation.
the thing. And as somebody who's like done comedy in the South and stuff like that, you have an impression going down there, brown comic, whatever. But you go there, these motherfuckers, they like to party.
Oh, yeah.
They just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
When I was in the South doing comedy, when I started in Texas, there was never any race jokes. No one ever did race jokes. No one cared about race. Now, when you start talking about it, here goes the party, right?
Right.
So, like, as long as everyone's having a good time, no one cares about race, but you get a white guy drunk enough, people are like, now I got some ideas.
Yeah.
Until the ideas come, nobody gives a fuck. But New Englanders think that we're just doing cross burnings every month. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think the
Right.
South is crazy like this. Yeah. Nobody cares. It's only these coastal elites. And I said it. Coastal elites.
Now let's get into the coastal elites.
It's 100% true. It's 100% true.
Nobody gives a fuck. And here's the thing: is when all the water, drowns all the cities, it's gonna be fucking Tucson, Arizona, that we go to, right?
Well, you're saying you believe in that global warming?
Here we go.
I'm out.
Hey,
I'm out of here.
hey, I was nippy yesterday. What about that?
Well, that's another thing. Is like someone, like a teacher at the school. It's like a beautiful day in February, and some teacher at my kid's school is like, "It's just so scary." I'm like, "Come on, just enjoy the fucking weather."
I know.
Your guilt right now is not gonna fix global
I know,
warming.
it's so wild being out in a park and in the middle of February and it's nice.
But
and
I
I'm
have to-
like, this is scary. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're ruining the vibe in the park right now. This is not what a park is for.
That's what if a meteor is coming to destroy Earth, we party.
Yeah.
You know, not
That's
be
why
the guy.
that's why you like Yeager so much.
Yeah,
We were the first ones.
dude,
to say.
y'all's music is so fucking crazy. It seems like it's gonna be normal rap, right, or normal rock, and then randomly like Sonic's Green Hill Zone comes on. I'm like, what? It's such a crazy mix of shit that I love. I'm just a fan of, dude. Like, I might have like a music ADD too, so y'all will always like throw in different shit in every song that keeps my mind like.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
totally.
the wild thing about Anand to me, and this always gets me because you see a lot of brown guys in like hip hop. They try to like sneak in. They'll just get a fade. They'll do the Mindy Kaling's brother thing. They'll like shave their head, be like, "I'm a legit rapper," or whatever, right? But you don't. I think the bar is. I think there's a higher barrier to entry for brown guys to get into rock music
Oh, for sure.
and to succeed in it. And here's who else. There's the guy from No Doubt. There's
No
the
Doubt.
guitarist from Soundgarden,
Kim Thayil.
Then there's you.
Young the Giant,
Freddie Mercury, but he kind of
but
denied it, right?
he
He
was
like
more-
distanced himself.
He was more gay than Iranian.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
That was his ethnicity.
He was more gay.
He's like, no, I'm not brown. I'm just queer, y'all.
Come on, innit?
Oi.
Don't stop me now as I fuck this man. Okay?
Only thing brown about me is his dick right here.
Because it's full of shit.
it's covered in poop. All right?
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
I got a good laugh at a Joe.
There we go.
That's how we know we're on to something really gnarly. But what do you think of that? I mean, do you know a lot of brown dudes who have made it in rock? Because you are a successful rock musician.
I made it within my PWB, primarily white band.
Okay, well,
I get.
fair.
The pub.
Fair.
Yes, as we call
Fair.
it.
I have not made it as a solo artist yet. It's yet to be
soon.
proven. It's yet to be proven.
You're just embarking on yourself.
I'm just embarking on it. But like I am Anand Wilder of Yeager. On my what's it called? The gravestone. It's gonna say
Yeager.
Anand Wilder. Parentheses Yeager.
Yeah, it's gonna say
Even though I wanted to
it's
say
gonna say
Anand Wilder.
gentrifier.
Fire, gentrifier.
I wanted to say Anand Wilder always left a public bathroom cleaner than he found it.
Anand Wilder, broken windows policing works.
I think even when John Lennon, I've heard this, that when he was shot and he was in the cab, he was like, "I'm John Lennon." They were like, "Who?" And he's like, "The Beatles."
Yeah.
From the Beatles. Oh, you better step on it.
Yeah.
That's kind of dark.
I thought you were just some dumb limey who got capped.
If it was Ringo Starr, they'd slow down. I feel like the car.
1776, motherfucker.
Ringo Starr's dying. They're stopping at green lights. I feel like. Hey,
They were like, oh,
that's a red light.
you're the one who beat his wife.
Oh God.
It's a bit gnarly. We get a little gnarly.
We love
in
Ringo.
here.
We love Ringo.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
So
Browns and rock music.
Browns and rock music.
You started with these guys in Brooklyn. How'd you meet these guys?
Well, one of the guys, Chris, we went to fucking first grade through 12th grade
Oh, shit.
together. Yeah. Kicked me in the balls in second grade.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
That's big.
Got away with it 'cause both his parents were lawyers.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But
Was
then,
that like a thing?
at the time it was a thing. It was. I remember my mom being like, but his parents are lawyers and it's
Yeah.
and
Because every brown person was scared of getting deported, no matter what. So
you
they're
know,
like, lawyers!
no, she was clean. Everything was
Because the lawyers were writing like a kick in the balls clause to like,
his line was that I asked him to do it.
yeah.
It was a kink.
And the principal was like, well, we trust him. We're going to have to trust him.
And now the song one is about his one remaining ball.
No, but then by 4th grade, we were best friends. And I was like, oh, this guy's even more of an asshole than me. I like it.
Did you ever get a return ball kick?
Did I ever hit him in the
Did you
ball?
ever get a return ball kick?
No, but there were many years where as you're little boys, you're just always... You're talking shit, and then you're suddenly busting out fighting, right?
always,
You're just like wrestling, always.
Yeah.
So I could beat him for many years wrestling, and then he got kind of big.
Okay,
and I wouldn't want to fight him now. and then you're professionals. It's always about keeping it together until you have some kind of professional argument about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you guys
y'all-
ever have fist fights as a band? I don't know if this is too deep.
No, we probably should have. I think it
Yeah.
probably would have been better if it was just like,
What'd you say?
Cathartic.
Boom!
Yeah.
no, there were glasses thrown and
Yeah.
yelling and stuff like that.
I'm just imagining the biopic
we kept it together.
about Yesayer and just seeing the flinging glasses moment. Usama's going to play you in the movie.
Oh,
Well, you know what's interesting is that when he got mad at me for like different shit in Mango Bay, it was always like me just like running around like, kind of like you in the fire, gentrifier.
Yeah.
Just being like,
Well, you know what's
And he's like,
infuriating?
keep it together. He's
yeah,
trying to-
yeah. He's
Well,
like,
you know-
no, this is serious. Come on.
You know what's infuriating about that is that here's what's infuriating about it when we
What?
get into these altercations is that I'm usually the guy who gets to be like that. Right?
Right.
I'm usually the guy who gets to just whenever someone's lecturing me or something, I can't hold in a laugh. I'm smirking. I'm like, want to make a joke. And now this motherfucker's doing that to me. That's
great.
But the thing I love about him is that he does all the things to me that I do to everyone else.
Yeah.
In a positive way.
Right.
That's why I'm like, this is my fucking
Yeah.
boy. This is my
It's-
bestie.
I be who I am. And you know what? It's like the laughter is a way to diffuse all this, right? Not just jokes, but the actual action of laughter. Yeah,
for sure.
You know, so
And that was the bond between me and my
Yeah.
old bandmates too. It was just like sense of humor,
right.
Always.
But then being in a band, it's not. The Beatles were all funny guys trying to be the.
But didn't they hate each other eventually? Like they started.
Eventually hate each other, but it was they were always trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And then at some point, it became no, only be cool.
Then it became lame.
Right.
Then
Right?
it became
And
lame.
it became like you can't even really
Guys,
talk in
I've
an
got a
interview.
Japanese wife now.
Do not ever go
What
to
do
that.
you guys got, huh?
You may bring great dishonor
I
to
mean,
yourself, John.
You think about aughts
Yeah.
music, you think about those bands because you're like, that guy's really funny or something.
Yeah.
You're like, they're all kind of serious.
I will
and-
say this: y'all have an easier time between songs, getting the laughs in concerts.
Yes, I'm
I mean,
crushing it out there.
like,
This is new for me as a frontman.
when I started stand up, I used to see Vampire Weekend a lot. That was one of my bands. I would see them like all the time. And Ezra, the main frontman,
Say one thing and
he would be like, "I hope we're all gonna be friends tonight," and everyone was like,
yeah.
and it's just wild, you know. And again, music has more. We both deal with the instinctual, right? Like the depth of human
sure,
primitive. Ours is laugh.
It's all visceral shit.
Very visceral shit. But I will
Comedy's
say,
more visceral.
comedy.
It's more visceral. Music is
No.
people are just there because it's a scene. They've heard of. I've heard this is.
I will say this: comedy is more visceral if you have the ability to enjoy it. I think it requires a smarter person to enjoy comedy than it does to enjoy music. Right.
I would agree
and
with
so
that.
once you have that intelligence level, then it can be more visceral.
And the other thing about comedy is when you're making it, it's like you're using language, and language is
Yeah.
thought. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So there is that layer there that is a buffer between the immediate viscerality. Not to say that playing an instrument is not technically,
Right.
obviously, it's incredibly difficult.
but it's
and all
dealing with
that.
no language. There's
But
it's
you
only feel.
also require the audience to be paying attention to what you're saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So it
Like,
requires
we
a little
weren't-
more.
yeah.
It requires a little more.
We were at the concert just hanging, actually.
Exactly.
You know,
This
the
guy's like worked 13 years in it for
Yes.
this.
The minute we saw J. Paul was using a live drummer, we just fucked off to a corner and just started chatting. We were just chatting shit, you know.
We could never do that. You could never do that at a show.
But you know, when I went to your show, where was that? What was the venue that I was at?
Which one? The last one?
Yeah, the West
That
Village.
was at the Lantern, the comedy shop.
Yeah.
Comedy shop.
Yeah.
And there was a guy next to us who like bought 6 tickets so he could sit by himself, and they were
What?
trying to put some people in there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and-
Joe, what is this?
He was like, he was like, I've got 6 tickets. My friends are coming, and he sat there, didn't laugh once. I think there's some weird perverted people that come to comedy too,
For sure.
just to not laugh.
Yeah. Or to heckle.
Right? Like that whole show, every comedian was like, fuck you, you're not laughing at anything. And I was like, oh, this is awkward. I want to try to laugh louder so you can hear it.
They
You
said,
know?
fuck you to you?
Everybody, every comedian was commenting on the fact that the crowd sucked.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Did I comment on the crowd?
Definitely. You're like, fuck you. Fuck it. You know?
He said, bah humbug. Bah humbug.
But it was a dead crowd. I mean, the other show that I saw yet, which was just like an open mic at that
It wasn't
restaurant.
a mic, but it was a bar show.
Okay, bar show.
Yeah.
Which is this?
That was an incredible show.
Yeah.
What is this?
That was you know those guys Isaac and Andrew.
Oh, Juke Bar.
No, this was at their other one, Mayfly.
Mayfly.
The
Mayfly Mondays.
And that was just some Monday
That's
night.
fun.
Yeah.
Their crowd is fun as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you saw that. So you saw like kind of like the whole.
I'm seeing
You saw the spectrum.
I'm not a head. I want to do it more. You know.
I was-
I was glad that Anand came to that show first because
Yeah.
he saw me truly kill.
You need to see
Yeah.
the kill first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't bomb at that other one, but the crowd did suck.
The crowd
Yeah.
sucked.
You know.
Everybody was commenting. It was just like, and yeah, I feel for the
Come
comedian
on,
because it's so
bro.
hard. Like,
what's the worst gig you ever did in your life?
I don't know. I can't answer this.
You know
I
what?
don't
You
have.
hate that?
I don't hate. I can't do those
I
questions.
got you.
But I don't really remember anything.
That's what it is.
Fortunately.
I was just playing guitar, listening to tracks, and trying to keep up. You know. Now that I'm like doing my own thing,
Yeah.
every show I have to talk on the mic.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of shut up by my partner, and
Yeah.
it was like because I'm a little bit more insane.
Because you're a little, you're a little wilder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it would be like, okay, you're done now? And I'd be like, oh, fuck
Oh,
you.
yeah?
I'm not going to talk then. I'm just going to be quiet Keith Richards guy over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
okay.
That's a shame because
Yeah.
You know-
you are a live wire personality.
Yeah.
Wilder is an appropriate last name for you.
Yeah.
You should change your name if you want to go full brown. Just be Anand Jungli.
Yeah.
Anand Jungli. Okay.
Anand Jungli.
I could change my name and just start something else. I mean, you're playing for 5 people in Minneapolis doesn't mean I need to continue with Anand Wilder.
those
do
5
something
people-
new,
Dude.
and then 10 years later, then come back as Anand Wilder. Be like, it's his first record since 2020.
The Jungly rebrand. I would assume that Minneapolis got the nicest white people on planet Earth in terms of like listening to music.
Minneapolis was
Yeah.
great for
Nice people.
Yeser. I
Yeah.
mean, we worked our way up through that. Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
Portland
just-
must have been crazy for y'all, like these sort of like indie towns.
All of them,
And,
yeah, all of them. But Yeser was a big band, internationally known,
sure,
and then
yeah.
peaked at like 2012, and then or 2011 or something, and then you just go down.
What is that like?
Shit.
The
Like-
come down.
Yeah, the come down.
Well, it's like financial struggle because you're like,
Right.
oh fuck,
Yeah.
that record label that gave us like a lot of money to just sit around and make a record. They dropped us. Now we have to figure it out ourselves or whatever, or do it for less money. So
Yeah.
you get used to this kind of haute bourgeois
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh, to bourgeois. Like,
And then it's like, oh,
no
this
more
is not
waters.
happening.
Where did the waters go at the green room? There's no
What is
more.
it like? What is it like? Tap water?
What
What the
happened to
fuck
this?
is this?
Why is there a bucket for all of us? What's going on here?
But I'm, yeah.
That's a,
So yeah, you're like, I don't want to. We did like our last tour in Europe was like, okay, we got to do the van, the van and hotels, and it was just like, I don't want to sit in the van with you guys.
You know what's
This
interesting
sucks.
is that comedy, I think, takes so much longer to get anywhere that
Yeah.
there's maybe a little bit more longevity once you get there because you have more. Say it takes like 10, 15 years to get anywhere, right? Then you get shows, you get TV, you get movies, you get all these things kind of like diversify your portfolio,
Yep.
and you get a softer landing if you did the work, I think.
Yeah.
I think also the struggle
yeah.
of that ascent
Yeah.
makes you much more aware of the vicissitudes
Oh, dude.
of life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially as an artist, because it's a struggle, right? We're on the ascent right now.
And the gains are also higher for you because it's a singular person, right? That's gonna be you're gonna be recognized for that face,
Right.
And for your voice and for your
That's-
thoughts and your words,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whereas I'm just one of the guys in my PWB band.
PWB.
The pub.
This has got to be a new genre of music.
I know.
And it's not like it was always our face even on the cover. It was always mysterious.
Yeah.
Every PWB cover had like a bunch of nerds just fucking unshaven.
Well, look, you had to be a little bit nerdy
Yeah.
if you were going to be fucking with an Indian dude, too.
Of course.
You had to be like kind
No,
of
dude,
open-minded and
dude.
chill. You know what I mean? You couldn't be like a total hicked out.
That's what I'm saying. Like Kim,
Right.
Kim Thiel is like kind of a bro. You see him in interviews. He's like kind of intense. He's like, okay, this is like a grungy guy.
Yeah.
I
You
get
have
it.
to keep
He's like, I
up.
rock a guitar. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you're white, but you're like you have actually an Indian vibe to me.
Oh.
You know, I don't know if
Okay.
that's maybe a little too forward.
Oh, he's got the head
There we
bob.
go. Go harder. More cosine or angle. Hit the angle.
Thank you. I don't know. You know, I'm a half, so I'm not white enough for the whites. I'm not Indian enough for the Indians. So I just have to occupy that kind of
Shrug.
pan.
I know.
Or what? Who's the guy? Who's the Greek? The scamp? The imp? Pan, right?
Pan. Pan. Yeah. The goat head.
Yeah.
Pan was the goat. He was a
Goat.
satyr. He was a satyr.
He was a
a
goat
high
man.
priest of Dionysus.
Yeah.
Hybrid.
So he was the,
hybrid, right?
Hermes,
Wine guy.
maybe.
Hermes
Dionysus,
is the.
Hermes.
Hermaphrodite is actually the hybrid. That
That's
was
what
the
I'm
child
talking
of,
about. Speaking of party.
Hermes and
Yeah.
Aphrodite.
Right.
Hercules was
That's
a
the
hybrid.
intersex.
Yeah.
Hermaphrodite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had all of them. Dionysus was all fucking, right? Because he was the wine guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasure
Dionysus.
motherfucker.
Yes.
Right? Fuck with Dio.
Dionysus versus Apollo. That's like a
Boom.
continuum
That's
of
the
art.
Nietzschean.
And you know what's so crazy about Greek people? They made Aphrodite the hottest bitch. They made her marry Hephaestus, the ugliest guy.
the ugliest
so
dude.
good.
I
That's
like
so
that.
good,
real
yeah.
good.
I like that because Greeks knew what was up. They're like, no, this guy's gonna. She's the hottest girl.
And what I love about
she's
that,
like, she's like, fuck this, Dad.
no.
what I love about that is when she cheated on him. Yeah, exactly.
She's always cheating on him with who? The god
Ares,
of war,
yeah.
right?
Hey, fuck you, Dad / brother.
Yeah. Slash lover.
yeah, is when she went and cheated on him with the jock Ares, god of war.
Yeah.
Hephaestus' revenge was a very nerdy revenge. He's like, I'm going to devise a special net that nobody can escape from.
Oh, that just shames them.
Yeah,
right?
and it catches them in
Catches them.
flagrante.
Yes.
And then he's just like, they're all just like, who
Are you
cares?
thinking about
Hephaestus?
what
We're
you're
gonna
doing?
keep boning.
Yeah, and they're in the net boning.
They're like, this is actually a lot easier. Thanks for the net, bro. Get back in the shop.
Thanks for the sex toy, bro. Yeah. You're fucking attack.
BDSM, I'm with it.
Yeah. And that's how
I know what I'll
and
do.
that's-
I'll shame them.
And that's how Shibari was invented. Hephaestus was the god of Shibari as well.
Exactly.
Think about that.
Yeah, exactly. I love that too. It's such a nerdy revenge. I'll shame them. It wasn't like I'm gonna cut his fucking balls off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a
Well,
sickle.
because I think Hephaestus was a cripple.
he was a cripple. Exactly.
He had little robots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And,
that helped him.
Ares was definitely like crypto bro, fucking
Yeah.
the guy.
He was
Like,
a Chad.
oh, dude, can you close the door, dude?
Yeah.
Okay, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh.
the apple of discord. You know that?
Yeah.
That's the. He's got like a little assistant,
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? I forget what her name is. Who just throws the apple of discord.
Yeah.
And then people start fighting over
Right,
it, and
right.
then war breaks out.
Oh, Ares.
Yeah.
Ares
Okay.
assistant, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been going through it. I'm pretty into the
Yeah.
Dolaire's book of Greek myths.
Nice.
You know,
I
it's kinda
was
like
into it because I started playing these video games that were like in it, and I just started learning about all
The
these
different-
fuckers.
yeah.
God of
Yeah.
War
It's
specifically.
great, yeah. God of War, Hades is a game on.
I know about it because I was just a dork.
Yeah, I loved it. It
was
was
like a
just-
mythology
it was
dork when
good
I was a
stuff.
kid.
I was big at Greek over Rome too. I'm like, fuck off, Jupiter.
Yeah.
Well,
Zeus.
Rome is just, it's
Yeah.
the same gods,
the same
right?
thing.
Yeah,
They,
so
they
it's
hacked
just
it.
kinda,
They just fucking plagiarized it.
fan fiction, right?
Yeah, exactly. Total fan
Erotic
fiction.
fan fiction, to be
Yeah,
honest.
even the other stuff like the Greeks had the Odyssey and the
Yeah.
Iliad, and the Romans were like, we have the Aeneid.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
Fuck
you already
off.
have the
Same
thing.
shit, yeah.
Fuck off, dude. Greeks were the ones, dude. I mean,
Indians were the ones.
oh, dude, there we go.
Thousands of years of history.
Yeah.
These guys.
Mohenjo-daro.
I love that. That's what you were saying to that guy at the Windjammer. It's like, my man here knows about thousands of years of history.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Yeah.
If you're being serious, I'm going to kick your ass.
Dude, when someone asks Pranav where he's from, he's like, I'm Harappan, actually. I'm Harappan.
Yeah,
Third generation Harappan
Ever
from
heard
my
of
mom's side.
Mohenjo-daro? Yeah, that's me.
We're going to keep talking about Pranav's race in the Patreon. Come on down. That's patreon.com/.
Well, before we do that, we got to plug Anand's.
real quick.
Anand, let's do
Oh,
some
yeah,
plugging.
check out, yeah,
Real
plug
quick, before
my,
we go to the Patreon.
Okay, well, this is my solo record. It's called I Don't Know My Words,
Hell yeah.
which is based on something that my daughter, Zazie, who you met, would say during the pandemic, because my wife lost her sense of smell. And she'd be like, and she'd be trying to say something, and she'd be like, you know how mama don't know her smells? I don't know my words.
I like how your daughter would turn into like an Appalachian inbred. Mama don't know no
Mama
words.
don't know no words.
down.
So anyway, that's my solo album. It's kind of like a, kind of soft, little folky 70s singer-songwriter style.
Bob Seger
Go buy it.
action.
Go buy it.
K-pop Seeker.
buy it.
Yeah, that's
Go
what
buy
I
it.
say. I say that live. I go, this next song was written by Bob Seeger.
And then you also got your audio tape here too.
And this is just came out, hot off the presses.
Oh, yeah.
It's a soundtrack to a art film that I scored over the summer.
Amazing.
Badass.
What is it called?
It's called Cannibalizing the Conductor.
Check it out. Go to your grandpa's house. Put this one in.
Yeah. Audio
And it's
tape.
gonna be great.
It's just kind of a nice object.
I
You
love
can
it.
put
I
in
love
your
it.
pocket, right?
My dad still has thousands of Muhammad Rafi tapes that are just like fucking in the house. Lata Mangeshkar. He's an
Tapes are the
old
shit.
school.
They sound cool.
Indian music head. You know.
We'll see you guys over at the Patreon.
Come on down.
Come on over.
Come on down.
Your mango bake.